Happening right now, a city in crisis. Another violent weekend in Columbus, shooting scenes across the area. The latest deadly round of gunfire right in the heart of the city. The peace of a beautiful Saturday night broken in Bicentennial Park. 6 people shot, one of those a 16-year-old girl killed. Countless families in the area just hours before. Tonight, the community demanding answers.
My heart breaks for this city right now.
What can be done to bring the peace? What are city leaders doing to solve the problem some see as out of control? Some asking what are parents doing to keep their kids out of trouble.
Get your freaking kid, is all I gotta say. Get your kid. Your kid is out here killing my kid, and you need to get your kid. These are 15-year-old kids. They had no business being downtown unaccompanied that time of night.
Tonight, passions running high as another local family mourns a death. Investigators trying to get to the bottom of this latest night of heartbreak. We've got all angles of this developing story with team coverage tonight.
ABC 6 News at 6 on your side starts now.
And we do start tonight with the very latest information on that deadly shooting in Bicentennial Park. The incident, the latest in a string of violence across the city of Columbus. Tonight, a 16-year-old is dead. A number of others were hurt, and police are working to track down that shooter. We've got plenty of reaction to it all tonight, from city leaders to members of the community calling for change and peace. Jeff Reddick is following the very latest on this investigation for us tonight. And Jeff, let's get started right there. What exactly are you learning so far? And Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther releasing this statement to us this afternoon about that shooting, saying in part, "I'm saddened and angered by this tragic and senseless death of a young girl and another life lost due to gun violence. As a father, my heart aches, and I offer my sincere condolences to the family." And following this latest outbreak of deadly violence in the city of Columbus, the community is demanding answers. Many want to know what city leaders are doing to solve this growing problem, and they're also demanding accountability from parents, saying they need to focus on their kids and pull them off the streets.
My heart breaks for this city right now.
It's a feeling shared by many across Columbus. Another round of violence Saturday night, this time in Bicentennial Park, taking a 16-year-old child from a family.
We have got to do something as a unit, as a community.
Melissa Thomas St. Clair, the head of Mothers of Murdered Columbus Children, knows the pain all too well, losing a child to violence. Following the latest round of violence, the group calling on city leadership to make a radical move.
I am calling for a citywide enforcement of a strict curfew for our youth, not to penalize them, but to save them from themselves.
The group also calling on parents to do their part.
Get your freaking kid, is all I gotta say. Get your kid. Your kid is out here killing my kid, and you need to get your kid. These are 15-year-old kids. They had no business being downtown unaccompanied that time of night.
The message, a passionate one, but the hope is to save lives.
We have to take responsibility for our kids. Get your freaking kid. Get your kid. Get him.
Continuing coverage tonight of a pretty scary situation for folks living in a Southwest Columbus neighborhood this morning. The SWAT team called out following a report of a home break-in after a standoff that lasted for a few hours. Investigators tell us that one man was arrested. He's facing a long list of charges tonight, including threatening police. Thankfully, no one was hurt. All right, turning to the forecast, of course, it has been a hot weekend. Temps pushing 90 for most of Saturday as well as Sunday. And Caroline, I tell you what, for somebody like me who loves the heat,
yes,
we can expect a few more days of it, huh?
Yeah, we're going to keep the summer trend rolling.
And of course, plenty of families have been out and about today across the area trying to have a bit of fun in the sun. Sierra Lucas following that side of the story for us tonight. And Sierra, I know a lot of folks could not wait to get out. All right, let's take a look now at the latest COVID numbers from across the state. In the last 24 hours, the State Department of Health reporting 871 new cases. The positive news tonight, more people statewide have been able to get the vaccine. About 44% of people across the state have gotten at least the first shot. And it turns out that a large number of those getting the shot are kids. Today, Governor Mike DeWine speaking with us about the impact that kids are having on the state's efforts to get fully back to normal. As more and more people are feeling better about getting out and getting out safely, local businesses are beginning to see a big boost from the short north to right here in Grandview, things beginning to look a lot more like normal.
Oh, it's a huge relief. I mean, some restaurants didn't make it through, and so we're happy to be seeing the end of it, towards the end of it.
Finally, signs of life in many city neighborhoods. Rick Ziliak, owner of Z Cucina restaurant, says business picking up every day.
The weekdays are what are starting to turn around for us, which is a great thing.
In just a few weeks, statewide health orders over, and we're this week, Columbus Public Health looking to drop the mask mandate immediately. The changes, a sign of normalcy after more than a year.
I notice a lot more people out on the street. People are starting to venture out again. Are those pretty?
Business owners like florist John Green confident with restrictions gone, business will boom.
Oh my gosh, it's wonderful, yeah. I'm waiting for this forever. So yeah, it's wonderful to see things turning around.
After weathering the storm of the pandemic and being able to stay open, they're ready.
We're going to ease back into it with the restrictions lifted as our guests kind of dictate to us what they feel comfortable with.
Despite the upcoming changes, for many businesses, safety will still be a major focus, from additional spacing to extra cleaning, doing everything they can. Customers and workers are safe. On your side, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. They are focused on these four candidates and learning a lot more about them. They say in the weeks to come, their focus, of course, will remain on making change within this police department.
And there needs to be some changes. So again, that would be
For Shauna Barnett, ensuring the Columbus Police Department has the right leadership in place is key for change. She, along with her attorney, spoke with us just hours ago.
For our community, there's a big disconnect, and there's literally no trust in the system.
Barnett's brother, Andre Hill, at the center of December's high-profile police shooting. Hill shot and killed by former CPD officer Adam Coy following a 311 call. The entire incident was caught on body cam. Hill was not armed.
It's traumatic. And when I say traumatic, I'm not saying it lightly scratches the surface. This is something that you'll never recover from. And it's something that we don't want other people to live through.
Barnett believes the police department's next leader has to focus on what some see as a disconnect between the department and the community. The family focused on learning more about the four finalists for the post.
The problem is something that's deep-rooted inside the system, period. So if you bring someone in from the outside that does not have that, they're not bringing that baggage with them and they're bringing that knowledge with them, they may have a fresh perspective on how to deal with things like that and see it from a totally different light.
The police are here for the benefit of the community. And if they are not in the community and working with the community, then they're really doing the community a disservice.
Tonight, Barnett, her family, and attorneys plan to continue to press city leadership, stressing this decision will not only have a massive impact on the department moving forward, but the city as well. And of course, that family will be listening closely to exactly what all of those four candidates have to say tonight. They're also glad that the community will be able to weigh in tonight as well. They say that's very important to bridging that gap between the police department and the community. Reporting live downtown tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. As the weather continues to heat up and more people get out and about, there's a major concern that the rise in violence will only continue across the city. Tonight, a local community activist stepping up in a big way to keep kids out of harm's way.
When I grew up, I don't know about you, we had a village. We had a village who supported us, a village who knew what we were doing, or if they didn't know, it seemed like our parents had eyes in the back of their head, where they had people who watched out for us, and we're losing that, and we need that back.
For Tammy Solomon, the mission is personal, stepping up to make an impact in the Linden community.
It's just tremendous and overwhelming that so many youth don't understand. You don't have to settle your differences through gun violence.
Solomon telling us the scenes of police, crime tape, and violence becoming all too common.
not only is it disappointing, it's disheartening. It's what's happening to our community, what's happening to our children.
Solomon leads the group Connecting Kids Inside Out. The nonprofit focuses on community change, getting kids off the streets before becoming the next victim.
Walk away. Okay, I know it's not easy, but walk away.
This weekend, Solomon organizing a major gun safety initiative, bringing together the community, faith leaders, and police, as well as city youth, even creating billboards like these throughout the community. Positive messages for kids. Your life matters. Pushing for an end to the violence.
We've got to stop. I mean, kids, it's not that serious. Put the guns down. Stop the violence.
This weekend's event kicks off here at the Linden Community Center Saturday at noon. Solomon hopes to pull in kids from across the area, and she also hopes that this is just the start of an effort to push change in this community and also save lives. Reporting in Linden tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. It's a day that businesses across the state of Ohio and right here in Columbus have been waiting for more than a year now, the chance to operate their businesses like normal. However, health leaders stress that safety should still be the main focus.
This is really the front door of Columbus. I mean, we call ourselves the art and soul of the city.
Excited, that's the best way Betsy Pandora can describe the feeling in the short north.
Businesses are so looking forward to being able to welcome back visitors and customers to the Short North Arts District after what has been an overwhelming time for small businesses in particular.
The executive director of the Arts District says with state restrictions set to expire, major plans are underway to welcome back plenty of customers and visitors to the area in the weeks ahead.
It has really been our local community that has helped our businesses survive over the course of the pandemic.
But of course, safety is also top of mind. Columbus Public Health on the forefront of those efforts.
I would, caution people to be mindful that it's going to take you and your staff some time to get adjusted again to that larger capacity.
Health Commissioner Dr. Mashika Roberts stressing that it's still important businesses don't throw caution to the wind, emphasizing things like social distancing and capacity limits are still important, and the easing of restrictions doesn't mean the pandemic is over.
It is a lot to lift all at once. And knowing here in Franklin County, only about 40% of our population has been fully vaccinated. So there's still a lot of people out there who are very vulnerable to this virus.
Pandora, for one, believes businesses here in the Short North will continue to play it smart.
We need support in order for those folks to recover from the incredible trials that they've had to endure over the last many months.
One thing's for sure, businesses in this area and across the city are certainly looking forward to the customers and revenue they've been sorely missing. On your side in the Short North tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. Pastor L.B. Towns is known across the city of Columbus for the great work that he does in the community, from taking his time to support kids to helping families in need. Well, now it's his family who needs the assistance after a devastating house fire.
That's all I have. It's my faith in God.
Pastor L.B. Towns dealing with a tough loss. His family's Columbus home going up in flames last weekend.
My children, my wife depended on me as I depend on God.
Thankfully, everyone inside able to make it out safely. But Pastor Towns, along with his wife and 16 kids, lost everything in the process.
The fact that my children's okay, that was a blessing. I knew for a fact God has his arms around us.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to help the family regain just a little of what they lost. Pastor Towns thankful for all of those who've reached out.
I believe in when you put God first, you can't lose with what you use. Great God Almighty. I know God will bring you over anything.
Pastor Towns says despite this setback, he and his family are remaining positive, knowing that with their faith and support from the community, they will make it through. On your side in Linden, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News.